Hi and welcome to Ektishif. My name is Maryam Youssef. I'm an entrepreneur and digital marketing specialist, and I'm here to help you pursue your creative passion. Ektishif is a unique program that encourages the youth based in the Middle East to transform their passion for photography, videography, or printing into a rewarding career. The program is open to participants 14 to 25 years old residing in the Middle East. The program is divided into 4 modules. Collectively, these modules serve as tools to help you through the process of designing and launching a successful creative business. The 4th module is focused on helping you unleash your creative career. What do you want to do? Who do you want to become? And how will you tell that story to the world? This module challenges you to create a website for your creative business. In this video, I'll take you guys through the importance of digital marketing and having a website and how it can be used to help you develop and grow your business. So let's get into it, shall we? My name is Maryam Youssef. I'm 28 years old. I'm from Bahrain, and I'm the founder and managing director of Pixel Digital Marketing. As a managing director at Pixel, we work with several other businesses in terms of how we can help them with generating more business and how they can succeed in the digital space. While working with Google, I noticed that there was a lot of opportunity in the digital marketing space, and I really wanted to help other entrepreneurs and business owners when it comes to growing their businesses online. Since starting Pixel, we've worked with a range of multinational companies such as Subway, the Emirates Group, PwC, and many other government entities in terms of how we can help them in the digital space, how we can improve their business, and how we can help them succeed online. Digital marketing is probably one of the most important tools right now when it comes to growing your business, along with social media in terms of how it can help you get brand recognition, which is obviously one of the most important marketing goals for any business. And that's because most consumers want to buy brands that they recognize. Social media has many benefits over traditional media because it can get your brand in front of people quickly and easily. It's a very transparent channel, and in addition to that, it gets your audience looking at your brand when they aren't even thinking about your brand or product. One of the biggest advantages with social media marketing and digital marketing in general is the transparency that it gives to business owners, especially when it comes to tracking things online. So not only can you track things like likes, dislikes, and popular trends, but more importantly, you can track things such as the conversions or the numbers of sales that are coming into your website through social media marketing. And at the end of the day, we all know that that's the most important thing that business owners want to look at. It's the bottom line. Another objective that can be achieved through social media marketing is telling your brand's story. Using social media is a great way to share your brand's mission and to share stories, and effective stories can have a great impact on your brand's image. They can either be simple or extensive, depending on what you think will be most effective. And of course, social media also encourages engagement. Social media opens the conversation for instant interaction, relationship building, and customer loyalty. Certain posts can incite action from your audience, and thanks to the capabilities of social media, you can instantly interact with them and gain first-hand information from your audience. Why should you have a website? Having an online presence today is probably more important than having an offline presence. So think of it as your actual storefront. A website will allow people to see what your company is all about, what your business is all about, and get to know your brand before even visiting your store if you have one. So in the old days, people used to actually compare products once they get to the shelf. So they would pick up different products, and based on that, they would decide, I want to go for this one based on the price or based on different things that they might see. But today there's something called the zero moment of truth. So before any of that happens, people are actually looking you up online, researching and comparing you to your competitors. So it's very important that you not only have an online presence, but that you stand out from your competitors and that you make sure that you're standing ahead of the crowd. Websites will also help you convert some of your existing customers and your existing referrals, especially if you have an online shop. So a lot of the times people are looking for the convenience and they want to purchase your products, but they might not want to leave the comfort of their home. Last but not least, when it comes to having a website, is the credibility. Facts are that most people will trust businesses with a website more than those that don't have one. So let's talk a little bit about optimizing your website for search engines and how you can drive more people to your website. When it comes to search engine optimization, it falls into 2 parts. You have SEM and SEO. So SEO is basically search engine optimization, which is completely organic. SEM, on the other hand, is search engine marketing, which depends on how much you're looking to advertise your website. So this is the primary difference between organic and paid. So anytime you're looking at SEM, you're thinking of a paid advertisement. So when it comes to optimizing your website for search engines in general, it's really important for you to think about what would my potential customer be searching for right now, and to make sure that your website not only answers that question, but that you're appearing at the top for those kinds of search queries. Remember that when it comes to Google search, users have a need. Unlike other platforms where an ad might just be popping up in the newsfeed or something like that, users have a need, which means that the demand is there. So as a business owner, or for businesses, your conversion rates are always going to be higher when it comes to Google search. So when it comes to advertising on Google search, it's a little bit more straightforward. You're going to choose your keywords and make sure that you have the right ad text for your customers. But when it comes to SEO, how do search engines work? They basically do three things: crawling, indexing, and ranking. Crawling is more about the analysis of what's currently on your website. So search engines would basically scan the code and the content of every URL that it finds. Indexing is the gathering of the content that's actually found during the crawling process. So if a page is on the list, it means that the search engine indexed it and it can appear among the search results for the related queries. And finally, with ranking, ranking is basically the order in which the indexed results appear on the results page. So are you number 1? Are you number 2? Which page of Google search or other search engines are you on? So the list would basically go from the most relevant content to the least relevant content. So we spoke a little bit about the importance of showing up on search results, but in addition to showing up on search engines, there are many other forms of advertising online. So you can be advertising on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, and all of these other platforms. But the single most important thing, especially as a business owner, is that you're targeting the right people. So it's amazing if you get 1 million views on YouTube, but if it's not coming from people that are actually your intended audience or your targeted audience, then it kind of means that you just wasted your money. So make sure that you invest the time into really figuring out who your target audience is, and that you match that when it comes to your online advertising, whether it's through placements, interest targeting, or other forms of targeting people online. So essentially, you're looking at how you can target people at different parts of the purchasing funnel. At the top of the funnel, you're trying to get people to be aware of your brand. And once you're looking further down through the funnel, people will either be searching for you by your brand name. You want to make sure that your website is found and that it's optimized in a way where you make sure that you're converting users into your customers. So let's sum it up. We use websites and other online platforms to find information, buy products, book events, and to connect with people everywhere and every day. That's why it's so important for brands and businesses to develop their websites and their social media presence. What's the first thing you do when you hear about a new business? If you're like most people, you're going to be looking them up online. Canon will be selecting 3 winners for the Unleash Your Creative Career module, and they'll be receiving an M50 Canon camera for the first, second, or third place award. Their work will also be featured on Canon's social media channels, and at the end of the program, Canon will select 1 grand prize winner. Participants who complete all 4 modules by 1st of December 2020 will be eligible to win the grand prize, which includes a 15,000 dirham cash prize, 15,000 dirhams worth of Canon products, and a year-long membership at a local entrepreneurship incubator where the winner can launch his or her business. In terms of the judging criteria, there will be a panel of photographers, printers, and other creative professionals who will be assessing your business website based on the following. The first one is professionalism. So does the graphic design of your website, things like the layout, font choices, and the color palette, communicate an overall message of expertise and authority? The second thing is the content. So does your website showcase your product or service through images and language in a persuasive manner? The last one is user experience. So is the website's navigation intuitive? For example, things like working links, consistent layouts, and so on. Thank you for joining us. We hope that this video helps you in your journey towards success. Make sure to visit the website to register and to get more information. Goodbye, and we wish you the best of luck.